Today's discussion, I want to make it a bit interesting in the sense it'll be quite discursive discussion. Possibly it's not going to be meaningful for level 1 students. Please ignore all the stuff I'm using with the technology. That's for my interest. I'm trying to understand some of the stuff. But the thing is that the main focus is my two very important questions which were posed with the MCAT. I can't remember when these two were specifically asked, whether Tuesday and Thursday. That's not the primary thing. One other thing I want to highlight, the two different questions has a different route. Look at this. Look at this one. Starts with odd numbers, and this one with even numbers. So the students were asked on two separate days questions based on odd numbers, and on subsequent day even numbers were used. Does it make it more challenging? Well, I don't think it does. One other thing we can say, well, if we keep adding these numbers, well, everyone understands pretty simplistic addition. It gives you a triangular pattern. One of the thing I noticed is this is a linear pattern. This is also a linear pattern. Now, as the question asks, investigate. So my critique would be, this sort of question can be well addressed in a situation when the students do not have time constraint, like in the examination. How effective this is going to be, I don't know. Well, some of the outstanding students might finally be able to generalize it, which is the main purpose of this kind of questions. We look at the young people, whether they can generalize, can they make universal connection, which is going to be true for everything, true for all the different situations they are going to encounter in the world. Now, we want to find out what really happens if we disrupt that sequence of numbering systems. So what I might do, I'll swap 3 with 1, and then 5, 7. And then let me quickly check. That'll give you 4, 6, 12, 10, and 18. It doesn't give you 32. I'm going to try another one now. 1, 3, 5, 7. And then I'm going to shuffle it a little bit. See, I shuffled it kind of symmetrically between these two. And let me add them together now. It gives me 32. So one of the interesting pattern happens over here. If we do the shuffling around symmetrically, that's the word I'm going to use, it gives you 32. But if we do not follow that order, that means if we shuffle it asymmetric, that changes the number, the sum changes to 28. So that's one of the things the students should have pointed out, or that's my belief, but the markers and all the important people may not think in that way. Now, does it really happen pretty much the same with the even sets of data? Instead of calling number, I said data. I shouldn't have. Okay, so 4, 2, 6, 8, and I know now this is not going to work. This is not going to give you 40. Let me try. It gives me 36, not 40, which I could predict it. And that should be a very important factor for the young people. Actually, they should be able to predict what is going to happen if we follow certain kind of method. And later on, they should be able to justify why it happens. That's not going to be easy unless you go for the generalization and algebraic pattern. Please, well, this discussion may be a little bit haphazard because that's how I want to do it. It's not, actually, I'm not trying to teach the students actually how to solve this problem. It's a discussion forum, and I want to discuss the whole thing. So one of the things I could see that if we do the swapping asymmetric way, it's not going to work. That sum total is not going to be, it's not going to be there. But if we follow the symmetric pattern, then for some reason the summation of answer gives you this sort of thing. So there must be some reason it's happening. It's 9 minutes. I'll come back with the later part of the discussion. I'll stop there